Important changes in Australia's workplace laws that affect security employers and employees covered by the National Workplace Relations Systems came into effect from 1st of January 2010. The Australian Security Industry Association Limited, ASIAL, in conjunction with the Fair Work Ombudsman, have created this series of 6 short videos to help you understand your employer responsibilities under the new National Workplace Relations System. These changes include the commencement of the Modern Security Services Industry Award 2010 and the introduction of the new National Employment Standards, NES.
The Security Services Industry Award 2010 details the standard hours of work expected from employees. Full-time employees can work 38 hours per week, or where the employer chooses to operate a roster, an average of 38 hours per week to be worked on one of the following bases at the discretion of the employer: 76 hours within a roster cycle not exceeding 2 weeks, 114 hours within a roster cycle not exceeding 3 weeks, 152 hours within a roster cycle not exceeding 4 weeks, or 304 hours within a roster cycle not exceeding 8 weeks. Unless an arrangement is in place, ordinary hours shouldn't exceed 10 hours per day, may only exceed 10 hours by written agreement between the employee through a flexibility agreement or majority of employees, may be worked between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday inclusive. Hours worked in excess of ordinary hours are deemed overtime. A part-time employee is one who is engaged to work fewer than 38 hours per week and has reasonably predictable hours of work. Callback provisions. The rate that the employee is entitled to be paid will depend on the time that they are called back to work. For example, the time worked due to a callback may be within ordinary time or it may be overtime, in which case it will attract the applicable overtime rate. If an employee is called back for disciplinary and/or counselling interviews and/or administrative procedures, such as completing workers' compensation forms between Monday to Saturday, the rate is 2 hours. If an employee is called back for any other reason, the rate is 3 hours. If an employee is called back on a Sunday for any reason, the rate is 4 hours. Meal breaks. Employees are entitled to not less than 30 minutes for shifts that exceed 5 hours, unless otherwise mutually agreed, or a paid crib break of not less than 10 minutes on a shift of 4 hours, not less than 20 minutes on an 8-hour shift, and not less than 30 minutes on a 12-hour shift. There should be an 8-hour break between finishing an ordinary time shift and starting the next ordinary time shift. Overtime. Full-time, part-time and casual employees are entitled to an overtime rate of pay of time and a half for the first 2 hours and double time thereafter, except on a Sunday where the rate is all double time. An employee must not be required to work more than 14 hours per day, including breaks. Public holidays are paid at double time and a half. When calculating overtime, each day stands alone. Overtime will be any hours worked in excess of the maximum number of ordinary hours agreed to be worked on any day, or if not exceeded on any one day, where 38 ordinary hours are exceeded in a week, or in accordance with roster provisions, for example, more than 304 hours in an 8-week roster cycle. It is important to remember that overtime for casuals does not include the 25% casual loading. The casual loading is 25% of the base rate of pay. This may vary according to transitional provisions. Employers are advised to call the Fair Work Info Line or ASIAL before applying this loading. Need more information? A full guide to the Security Services Industry Award 2010 is available at www.securityindustryaward.com.au. If you require a printed version to be posted to you, or you have any questions relating to this presentation, please contact ASIAL's Fair Work Liaison Officer Chris Delaney on 1300 1 ASIAL.